everybody, and welcome to another brand new episode of the John and Wendy Show here on the Outlaw Nation Twitch channel. I am the Outlaw John Rocha, joined as always by Wendy Lee Zaney. How are you, Wendy?
Hello, I am good. I'm doing a lot of binging this week.
Ooh,
so
okay.
I finished the Ultimatum, which you and I are going to talk about later on the show, and I am making my way slowly through. Not slowly. I only have a couple episodes left of Killing Eve season 4.
Oh, you must be going crazy for that one because I know you're a big fan of Killing Eve.
Yeah. I also spoiled a little bit for myself because apparently the ending is bullshit.
Yeah, I've heard that from a number of people. Yeah,
I'm like, okay, we'll see.
Yeah. Well, that's the perils of following a show, and they don't. But I think, to be honest with you, it's kind of been up and down since the first season anyway. And so I thought the third season did a nice job of kind of going back to its roots. The second season felt a little bit off, but I haven't watched any of the fourth season yet.
That's so funny. I feel the opposite. I feel like season 3, aside from a couple of really cool episodes, kind of missed the mark, and I really like the arc with the Aaron Peel arc for season 2.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, so it's out there, on AMC TV right now?
AMC Plus.
Oh, AMC Plus, right. Everything is Plus now. Plus, Paramount Plus.
John and Wendy Show Plus.
Actually, we should get some streaming content. That'd be perfect. Well, hello to Charles Walker, BC Knights, everyone who's joining us here a little bit early as we start the show. Thank you so much. Remember that we always appreciate your bits and your Streamlabs and your cheers. Those are always great stuff to get from you all as we go along here. We're going to be talking about a lot of things in the world of entertainment. Wendy, so much happening this week. So many speculative things that are happening, like what's going to happen with DC and WB.
Yeah.
We got Brie Larson joining Fast and Furious. We got a Spirit Halloween Store movie. Who thought that was a good idea? The Stranger Things 4 trailer. Bryce Dallas Howard having some commentary about Clone Wars and how it connects to the Ahsoka series. The Jurassic World Dominion Featurette. We're going to do so many things here today. Where would you, and we'll have our recommendations as well by the end of the show, where would you like to start here with?
I think we first start off by talking about family. Were you kind of caught off guard by the casting announcement of Brie Larson joining for Fast 10, right?
Well, because it was on a Friday night, or was it Friday or Saturday night or Sunday night, late at night. I'm like, why are you dropping this now? Like, how far ahead of the cycle do you need to get to do this? And I wonder maybe that they had been given a heads up by the studio that like Deadline or Variety or THR was going to drop this news on Monday morning. And maybe Vin was like, F that. This is my franchise. I'm going to announce who's going to be. And maybe he got ahead of the curve and did that. And that's what in the end caused this to come out at such an unusual time. But the picture, he seems to be laughing, and she seems to be happy about it. So yeah, I mean, it's cool. I like it. And it's not like she's the only Oscar winner who's been a part of this, certainly with Charlize Theron and Helen Mirren. So, it's a possibility. I like it. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like sometimes we put actors who have received an Academy Award in a box. Like after this, like you can't do a franchise feel good, have fun movie. You just got to do dramas and, another Oscar type movie. And that's not the case. I feel like one of the fun jobs of being an actor is to take on different roles and tell different stories. And she can do something like Room, and she can do something like Captain Marvel, and she can do something that's crazy fun like Fast 10. My question is, I wonder, what type of character is she playing? Is she coming in as the villain? Is she coming in as somebody as a part of the family? And how large is her role? Because in my mind, at least, I think if you're going to cast somebody like Brie Larson, she would have a pretty significant screen time. But then we got to also think about this film's already stacked with its original cast members, right? Everybody who's family. Like, I can't imagine somebody having more time than Dom Toretto himself. Like, I just don't see how that would work, because it kind of revolves around Toretto. Certainly it's evolved a little bit. We've branched off on a couple of things, but like, I don't know, is Han even back in this one again? Or
is Han gonna come back again? And Lucas Black and all those guys, Ludacris.
So I'm curious about what kind of story we're going to tell here. They've added on Jason Momoa, right? Did they say Momoa? Danella McClure is in this, and Charlize obviously is back, and now Brie Larson. Like they're just collecting actors, superhero actors, to put in this movie. You know, Vin Diesel himself voices Groot. Charlize is a badass, just in general. You know, she's been in Fury Road. Yep. She is Atomic Blonde.
Right.
Brie is Captain Marvel. We got Aquaman. We got the Ratcatcher. So,
it's all, all the a lot of people. Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, I like BC Knight's suggestion. Maybe Mr. Nobody's daughter, Kurt Russell's daughter. That's interesting. Draws Walker saying I could see her and Momoa as a rival crew coming together. I could see that as well. That's not a bad suggestion.
Like maybe contractors that what's her name hires.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Cypher maybe, or Helen Mirren maybe in a twist there as the Shaw's mom. Maybe she's got something she wants to get.
Another brother for Jason Statham.
Please God no. Please God no.
It could happen.
Yeah, right. Well, you already have. Wasn't she already a part of it as well? Well, no, I guess not. It wasn't. No, maybe. Yeah.
Luke Evans.
Yeah, and Hobbs and Shaw. Vanessa Kirby was a part of it as well. She's the sister of Shaw. So I guess you could add another one.
Brie Larson is the other sister.
Yeah, Brie Larson. She's the American the forgotten child left in America.
She went to America and she never looked back.
She found a car. But yeah, I mean, listen. For everyone who's watching, Brie Larson did an interview a few months ago when her Honda thing was coming out around the same time as the Super Bowl with Eugene Levy. Those are fun commercials, by the way. And they asked her about being in Fast and Furious. She was like, "Oh my God, I love those movies. I would love to be a part of it." So I imagine that this is being talked about for quite some time before the deal was finally signed, right? And remember Vin was trying to bring The Rock back, and that was a big, colossal mess up.
Yeah, and The Rock was just kind of done.
Yeah, he's done. It's legitimate, that beef. So Momoa and Brie Larson, though, that's not a bad second plan or a B plan if you can't get The Rock back. So I like the combo, and essentially this turns them into the Avengers. They're essentially the Avengers now. You know, so keep adding people, and how are you going to have enough for everybody to do? Yeah, will Cena come back now? Like, there's all kinds of questions here, Wendy, for sure.
I think it's just going to be a good time. Like, expect the unexpected. Expect nothing and also everything. I think that's what Fast 10 is going to be about. I don't know. I'm excited. Who cares? You know, it's going to be a good time. Yeah,
exactly. Draw says, I feel like it's the Expendables, but with wheels. Yeah, I agree. Very good point. And she's no stranger to franchise movies, like you said, and Kong Skull Island, the Captain Marvel stuff, this. So she's done that, and she's kind of explored Scott Pilgrim. I imagine Scott Pilgrim. I have a feeling they thought that was going to be a franchise themselves, and it didn't quite take off. So she doesn't have an issue with doing it. So why not have some fun? You won your Oscar. What more? Everything else is cake.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we off to next year, Wendy?
Well, let's talk about some of the movies that studios are making these days, and that includes a Spirit Halloween Store movie. So I think everybody that's watching this show that have lived in the States, because I can't really speak for like if Spirits is a thing internationally, but we know for sure it's a thing in the States. Around, late August, early September, you'll see, empty storefronts turn into a Spirits Halloween store. And then you will walk in and it's, shelves and shelves full of costumes, Halloween decor, those big animatronic licensing things that come out and scare you. It's a good time, actually. I've honestly gone inside Spirit Halloween stores just to look, especially if it's a really big one, because it's fun. Why not? Sometimes you need some little pieces and see what's trending. So now Hollywood is going to make a movie based on this. They've cast Christopher Lloyd and Rachel Lee Cook, according to an exclusive on Variety. So the plot line for this, it kind of reads a little goosebumpy to me, a little R.L. Stein. So there's a new Halloween store, new Spirit Halloween store that appears in a deserted strip mall, kind of like real life. And 3 middle school friends who think they've outgrown trick-or-treating make a dare to spend the night locked inside the store on Halloween night, but they soon find out that the store is haunted by an evil spirit who has possessed the creepy animatronic characters. And the kids will embark on a thrilling and spooky adventure in order to survive the night and avoid becoming possessed themselves. So it's like R.L. Stine mixed with a little Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts about them making this into a movie?
I mean, why not? Everything. I mean, they're doing Barbie movie. They did, of course, they've done a whole Transformers franchise. They've got a Play-Doh movie they're kicking around. We had Battleship. So, and the Pirates of the Caribbean, not as a board game, but it's a ride, a Disney ride. So the idea of going into a store and creating this, I mean, it works, like Wally's Wonderland type thing.
Yeah.
It's just them stuck in a store overnight with this malevolent spirit. It has Stranger Things vibes to it. Certainly after seeing that season 4 trailer, it's got that vibe to it. So to me, this could be fun. And you get a heavyweight like Christopher Lloyd, who's starting to appear in more and more things now, which is so ironic. Late in life, starting to appear in all these things. Rachel Lee Cook comes in as a night. I mean, she's a mom. She's mom now. The She's All That lady is mom now, and so it really works to have her be a part of this and give it a little bit of stability. But also these other young actors, as you mentioned, Donovan Cole out of Zoe, Dylan Frankel, who's in Raven's Home, Jaden Smith, Blue Bloods, and Marissa Reyes from Raven's Home. So a number of younger actors kind of, put the tent pole in the ground, but then you've got these other more seasoned actors out there to have some fun with them in the film. And I'm not familiar too much with the director of this, so I don't know if this person has a good resume of delivering good pictures, but I know this is a collaboration with Hideout Pictures, which I enjoyed their Western Old Henry that they dropped last year with Tim Blake Nelson in a interesting role there in the West. So as a dad in the West trying to fight off these evil cowboys to save his land. So that they do some nice work, nice small work. So this could have a little more weight to it than you might expect. It might not be as throwaway of a horror film. This might have a little more heart to it than you might anticipate. So that gets me excited.
Yeah, same. I mean, like we kind of poke fun at it now, like, oh my God, Spirit Halloween store. That's funny. It's a little meta because it does exist in real life.
Right.
It's not just some generic store. So I think this is on paper for marketing.
Yeah.
Brilliant. It's freaking brilliant. Oh, no, they can literally turn this into a pop-up event, and then you walk the people into an actual Halloween, and then you make money off of the costumes you're selling plus the movie merch.
Right.
Like, it's so meta. It's so cool. And yeah, it depends on where they want to land the age wise for this. And the reason why I said Outlaw Science, because our 3 leads seems to be younger, middle school age. Right. So kind of Stranger Things, a little PG-13, maybe. I'm curious to see how far they take it, because they spend the night and there's an evil spirit and it possesses the animatronics, which we, like I said in the beginning of this topic, like we've all seen those creepy animatronics that they have for sale at a Spirit Halloween store. So it's very much on the nose branding, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm down. Let's see. Mumra sending us a cheer here, 25 bits. Thank you so much, Mumra.
Thank you.
It would be fun if Lloyd went meta in the movie as an employee that dresses up as his old characters like Fester, right? Doc Brown, Judge Doom from the Roger Rabbit movie. Yeah, that's a possibility. Oh my,
that'd be hilarious.
Genius to suggest that, Mumra.
A good suggestion. I want to see this happen.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It could be fun. I mean, I don't think Rachel been in any horrors. I don't know if Rachel Lee Cook has been. I mean, I only know her from, obviously
she's all that.
Yeah.
I don't think so much horror. So this would be her first one. I wonder who she'll play. Like, store employee? Is she one of the kids' moms?
Well, she's got to be one of the moms, right? I mean, that's.
Not necessarily.
Right.
What if she's the evil spirit?
Oh, okay. That's fair.
She's got a sweet face, So it's kind of like, oh, she's super helpful. And at the end, it's the plot twist.
Yeah.
And she's the one summoning the evil spirit or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. You're right. I'm looking here. There's not much with her in terms of horror where she's one of the central characters.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this could be the first time she's done something. I mean, there's the one I just looked at here, possibly The Lodger, but not really that big. She did a film called Vampire, but yeah, not too many horror films in her resume. So yeah, it could be a fun little change of pace for her for sure. You know?
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be fun to see what kind of role she takes in this, and it's like I said, as much as we can kind of poke fun at, like, oh my god, they're making a movie about the Halloween store. Like, I feel like I would be tuning into this around Halloween time because we're all caught up in that, and this would be a good, not maybe all ages because it may be too scary for the youngins, but you know, like young adult goosebump age.
Sure.
Yeah,
I think that works terribly
absolutely.
well. Yeah, someone said Rachel McAdams. Maybe she did that Red Eye film, so that could be interesting.
Oh yeah, she's great.
I liked her in that movie. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Wendy, some things. Real quick story that broke here about an hour ago.
It's about the Wonder Twins.
Yes, the Wonder Twins movie from HBO.
I just saw them pop up on my Twitter.
They just cast KJ Apa and Isabel May as the two sibling leads for Wonder Twins. Apa will play Zahn and Mai will play Jaina. Jaina is known for her talent of transforming into an animal. That's right, while Zahn is a shapeshifter of sorts. Listen, I'm old enough to remember to have watched the Super Friends.
Really?
With the Wonder Twins. Wonder Twins activate.
Oh, that's right. That's what they do.
Yeah, their little monkey Gleek. So yeah, this is going to be very interesting. They're from the planet Exor, and they were being informally trained by the DC superheroes Black Adam and Rampage co-writer Adam Sitkill is making his directorial debut on this one, and they're supposed to start in Atlanta this summer. So Appa is known. I remember Appa from Riverdale. He's
Archie.
Yeah, Archie, right. And he's been in Songbird, The Hate You Give, A Dog's Purpose, and I Still Believe. While May has been in Yellowstone, the prequel series, 1883. And then she's been in Young Sheldon. So interesting combination of people. For sure. So congrats to them. Are you looking forward to a Wonder Twins movie?
I don't know. The particularly the title of it, the characters don't really excite me too much, but I'm always also willing to learn about them. And I think the best way for me to kind of learn about it is to kind of go in blind and see how they make it a little bit more modern, because how old is the comics? It's pretty old, 1970s.
1970s, 1977. And I think it was only created for the show. It was a way of creating two characters that were kind of younger in age, so that the kids could connect to those characters as they were experiencing the DC Super Friends who are much older. So kind of a smart move. So is this going to have a hardcore edge to it? Is this going to be more kind of exploring their and connective tissue to the DC Super Friends? And are any of the Super Friends going to show up?
Good question.
Right? With different actors playing these characters.
I wonder. Yeah. I mean, they could. It's all kind of under the same umbrella. It is on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So we will see. I think I will say HBO Max.
Yeah.
Is a good place to release this. Just from taking it from my own feelings about this, and not being too super excited, by like just the franchise or the what, because I don't know much about them. I don't know if I walk into a movie theater and be like, let's give Wonder Twins a try. But HBO Max, I'm already subscribed to it.
Yeah.
I have no problem sitting down, with some popcorn and a beverage and settle in and see what they have to offer. But congratulations to the actors. I think these are, I don't know if I should call them up and comers because they've already up and come up.
Yeah, KJ's been around for a bit. Yeah.
They've been around for a while. They've had some, pretty impressive resume. Yeah. So I am excited to see how they want to make it a little bit modern, because I know when I asked Dustin about the Wonder Twins, he goes, "Oh my God, they're making a Wonder Twins movie." He's like, apparently the comics, like people make fun of, they kind of been made into like memes and stuff.
Right.
So I wonder which approach then are they taking this? Are they going to try to play it straight and serious, or are they going to make it a little bit more fun and kind of poke fun at itself and be self-aware?
And also with the Black Adam writer aboard, are they going to make references to anything with Black Adam? Is Black Adam going to do a cameo with the Wonder Twins? That's certainly possible. Because we got DC League of Super Pets coming up in July, Black Adam's in October, and Shazam! Fury of the Gods is in December. So it's going to be a heavy DC ending to the year for sure. And this one's starting production soon in the summer and probably out by next year sometime as well. So could be very, very interesting for sure.
Yeah. Mumra's asking what nationality were the Winter Twins originally. I believe they're aliens. Right? They're extraterrestrial.
They are extraterrestrial, but they're from a planet.
Thank you. I was like X something.
Yeah.
They're so I don't know if they're not of this Earth until they came to the Earth.
Yeah, they're Exorians. And they were orphaned during a plague.
Aww.
Yeah. So they're from the planet Exor, and they were adopted and orphaned during the plague, and they were adopted by alien Exorians, and then they were given Gleek as their pet, which is their monkey. And they traveled to Earth to warn them that the villain Grax was about to destroy them. So, and they blended into life on Earth as Swedish exchange students. So that's
funny.
That totally works at the time.
Okay.
We'll see what they do.
That's great. I imagine they can have some fun with that, kind of coming to Earth and trying to take their warning very seriously. And people are like, they're just, I don't know. They're new. They're exchange students. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great.
Also, Mumra's asking another one. I don't. Where is it? He was asking one, but I guess it's gone by now. But I'll read it here real quick. It's from. Oh, sorry, no. Travis Earl, 85, is saying, "What about the weird purple monkey sidekick Gleek?" Yeah, I know.
Gleek.
Are we gonna
CGI baby?
I guess CGI. Yeah. Are we gonna get
CGI tennis ball?
Do the voice? It'd be interesting. Gleek. I don't know.
Did Gleek? He didn't speak.
Gleek
she didn't speak.
Not like English, right? But Gleek would make noises.
Okay.
So that seems like Alan Tudyk
or D. Bradley Baker.
I was just gonna say D. Bradley Baker.
He literally voices 50 million things. If you've watched any sort of animation, you probably have heard D. Bradley Baker without hearing him. He does not only just play the clones, guys.
It's true. That's true.
That's funny. How fun.
I know. It's going to be cool for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm into it.
All right. Where are we off to next here, Wendy? And please remember the Streamlabs Super Chats are open, ladies and gentlemen, so send them in. Where are we off to next, Wendy?
Let's talk a little Stranger Things season 4. The long wait is finally over. We now have an official trailer. We have the dates for this, and they're splitting this season up into 2 volumes. It's just something I don't think they've done in the past, and I believe they were taking a long time. One, probably because of COVID, and I think the other reason was they wanted to make sure that they get it right.
Yeah.
And I imagine filming is a little bit more tedious this time around because the gang isn't all together for this one, so they have to do separate shoot dates for all the separate locations. For Mikey and his family who are in California, with Hopper who is in Russia. Yeah. They have the Creole house there that they have to shoot, and 11 I think has multiple locations. Yeah. Because not just with Will, but she does go back to the lab. So there's a lot. What did you think of the official trailer that we got to see?
Yeah, I liked the trailer. I thought it was good. And then I watched the trailer analysis with the Duffer Brothers that's on IGN. So if you guys have 16 minutes, it's 16 minutes, their analysis of their own trailer. They'll give you more in-depth knowledge about why they included what they included in the trailer and what's being referenced in the trailer. And they also give you an idea of how they approach this season. They said this season for them is the Game of Thrones season, which means they have all this stuff happening in all these different locations.
Cool.
And, we see certain people cross over into different locations more than once in the trailer. So you're seeing that possibility be a part of the show as well. But you're seeing people kind of working through things in their own separate areas. They wanted it to be, and they also wanted to include the haunted house because they've always wanted to do a haunted house sequence. And so them walk into that house certainly is a piece of that. One of the kids is off playing basketball. So they talked about, the Duffer Brothers did, like, when we got to high school, it was a whole change. A couple of our friends were more athletically gifted and they went off and made new friends. Cool. They became cooler because they were part of sports. We stayed nerds. So those shots of Finn Wolfhard and is it David Matarazzo? I think is his name. The kid, I can't remember his last name, but
Dusty.
Dusty. Yeah, them kind of like clapping in the stands for him. It's kind of alluding to that. And then we get the big bad, Wendy. We get that big bad, and they said they wanted to get themselves a Freddy Krueger, a Jason type of villain in this season. So seeing him come up at the end, you have lost. It's pretty scary and intimidating.
Yes.
Especially with those, whatever those umbilical
tendrils.
Yeah, the tendrils coming out of his body. It's pretty insane. So clearly staying in the kind of 1980s approach to things. But I like how expansive this season is. Seeing, the with the heavy metal guitar, seeing the other dude who's supposed to be a dungeon master. They said in their
more D&D.
Yeah, more D&D in that. So there's a lot here that I think is going to be a lot of fun. And look, people I think were kind of near their tail end on this series or on the show. And the way to bring people back is to be cooler. And the way to be cooler is to embrace the fact that these are teenagers. So their minds are more open to seeing the darkness and the gray areas of life now. So we're going to get like some close to R-rated scenes, I think, in this season that's going to really blow our minds, myself personally. Yeah,
absolutely. And talking about the big bad, when Dustin and I watched the trailer, he's like, oh, kind of we all thought that it was the Demogorgon and the Mind Flayers and all that stuff. And now it looks like this could be the main puppeteer of it all. Yeah. And Dustin mentioned the word in our reaction. He's like, oh, maybe it's some sort of like a Lich King type situation. So after that, people started commenting in our video. They're like, have you seen what the Duffer Brothers and Matthew Mercer wrote about this? And I was like, Matthew Mercer? And if you guys don't know Matthew Mercer, he is the DM for Critical Role, which is probably one of the most watched D&D campaign live stream playthroughs, probably on the internet. And he is an extraordinary dungeon master and player, even though he doesn't get to play as much because he's mainly DMing, because that's a full-time job in itself. Yeah. So Vecna came up. So when I thought D&D, because D&D has always been prominent in Stranger Things. We see him playing it, from day one, and Dustin and I were all excited. We're like, oh my God, do you remember D&D? And we talked about how like the Satanic Panic and all that stuff. And like, don't you dare play that game. The devil's going to come for you, and it's kind of like, it's pretend. It's just a game. Monsters, whatever. It's just a game, but not in Stranger Things. So Dustin said Lich King, and they're like, have you seen the episode names? And this is confirmed by the Duffer Brothers via their Twitter for the episodes. And I'm reading this part of it on RottenTomatoes.com. Okay. The second episode is called Vecna's Curse. So for anybody who doesn't know Vecna makes an appearance. He's already in the game. Vecna makes an appearance in D&D, in the Critical Role Vox Machina, there we go, campaign 1. And so he is like the Lich King. I think he used to be a sorcerer that became a Lich King. So without giving anything away for the Vox Machina and campaign, it's interesting that the Duffer Brothers like, that's Vecna at the end. And they're tying it all back into the D&D. We saw the dude playing D&D, potentially in the Upside Down, playing the guitar on top of the RV or something like that. And it's like, what if it's like a Jumanji thing, and the fact that this guy's playing D&D, he's rolling the dice, and each dice roll is like, I release all these into the real world. I don't know, but I think that's really interesting, and the TRPG player in me is very excited about this.
It looks pretty badass. Because I know I wasn't sure, and then this trailer, I'm like, okay, good, I'm in. Let's have some fun, man. Let's go back and let's get dark. Let's get real dark, because it looks like that's where they're going for sure. Let's see if we got.
I think we have a cheer by Mumra.
Okay, let me bring it up on the screen here.
I gotta find it. Okay. Mumra says, do you think the big new bad is Billy resurrected? Also, do you think he's voiced by Robert Englund, or is he playing another character? Thank you for the cheer, Mumra.
Yeah, thank you, Mumra. Good question.
So I do think I said it at the end of the trailer reaction. Yeah. Upon looking at the big bad, the Vecna, now confirmed Vecna. And the only thing I have based going off of it is we saw the tombstone that said Billy or William. Right. And then because I really did enjoy that character so much, and I was like, what if that would be him? And the only thing I have really going off of that is it looked like Vecna had blue eyes and Billy has blue eyes. That is literally the only thing that I'm going by it.
I think it would make sense, because we see Max praying or talking to the headstone of Billy.
Mm-hmm.
And so clearly she's still devastated by the loss of Billy. And then we see that shot of her like being suspended almost.
Yeah.
You know, like she's possessed with the 3 other kids, like looking up. So there are possibilities that it could be Billy. And, you know, I forget that actor's name. I don't think you cast an actor like that. Just let them go away after one season. He's such a
Dacre Montgomery.
Yeah, Dacre Montgomery's such a good
Dacre's
actor.
great.
And so seeing him come in, having come back as the villain would be great. And you just do some voice altering stuff. I think it's great. I wouldn't like it if Robert Englund was the voice of the big bad, because he's the voice of someone else. And so I get that you want to borrow the ideas from what made these great 1980s horror films great, but to bring the actors in, I think it kind of muddy the water a little bit. So keep with your actors, be inspired by that stuff. So I hope that is Billy and Baker Montgomery doing the voice, coming back to the voice. That would be great. And don't forget, Paul Reiser seems to be a bigger part of this as well. Paul Reiser is apparently going to be a massive part of this season, which they said on the breakdown as well. And they put him in a diner because Paul Reiser was in Diner, a movie from the 1980s. And so they try, whenever they bring him on to a show or a season of Stranger Things, they always try to have one scene with him in the diner, they said, which I thought was really funny. So Paul Reiser is going to be a bigger part of this. And I think Eleven's going to go get her powers back, Wendy. I think that's what's going to happen for sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how else are they going to fight this?
Yeah, right. And Paul Reiser says, we need you. We need you, or we're not going to win.
I just hope when the comment about like this is Game of Thrones season, it made me a little worried because it made me think about the final season of Game of Thrones that I didn't absolutely love. But I think they're not referring it to like that. I think they're referring it to the just like in a D&D campaign. Just because one thing is happening here doesn't mean the rest of the world has stopped. It's still moving forward. So it's like, you know, it happens a lot in D&D where the players are presented with, do you go here or do you want to go here? Okay, I choose to go here. And because you went here instead of there, you weren't able to rescue this person. Right. Or you got there too. You know, I've seen it happen in campaigns because everything continues to move. Just they're not going to freeze time in a specific place just because you chose. So that's really interesting. I like that they're splitting it into 2 volumes for us just to prolong the experience.
Yeah, I like it. I'm down. I want to see more of it for sure. All right. So where should we head off to next year, Wendy?
Let's talk about, I lost my notes. Let's talk about The Mandalorian. Yeah. We know that we will see this year, I think, right? We're getting the 3rd season this year. I know we got to get through Kenobi first, but we know Celebration is coming up. We know a lot of trailers, news, maybe surprises. We will get to see all of those and hear about all of those through Star Wars Celebration. And I know that they are just ramping up their live action series. You know, we got Andor, we've got Ahsoka, I haven't heard a thing about the Acolytes, which I am very curious about. And I think they're just continuing to work on that before they release information. But, you know, we have a lot of Ahsoka fans. I am an Ahsoka fan myself. Literally, like, you put an Ahsoka thing on it, I will buy it. So director Bryce Dallas Howard, who has worked on many episodes of a Star Wars live action series, mainly in The Mandalorian, but also in Boba Fett. She says that Star Wars Clone Wars fans will love the upcoming Ahsoka series. And that makes me really happy to hear, because I think Bryce Dallas Howard herself is a huge fan of Star Wars. I think her episodes that she got to work on, to direct, have been amazing. So if she's seeing it, and she's saying it with confidence like that, and that's not a small, like, if you're promising the fans of the Clone Wars that they're going to love this, okay. Because that's where a lot of people's, you know, kind of the Ahsoka fan club started, was because of Clone Wars. She was introduced in the Clone Wars series. So all I want for them is to do it right. And from what I've seen so far, I like it. I think I still have to sometimes make the adjustment in my mind sometimes that she doesn't sound like the Ahsoka that we know, because it's not Ashley. playing her live action, but Rosario physically really embodies that character for me. So I'm just gonna have to get past the voice and get past the fact that Ahsoka grew up and she's gonna sound a little different.
As people do. Do.
What do you think of her comment?
Oh, I love her comment. You know, it's great that she says that, because that to me now gets a lot of tongues wagging. It gets a lot of minds racing, because it says, hey, Clone Wars, Ahsoka, how close is Rex? How close are all these other possible clones from showing up in this series? And if she says they're going to be happy, is she trying to say that the clones are going to be a part of this series, not just a cameo or one episode? Are they going to be a recurring part of the series? And you've got Tamora Morrison back in the fold. So is Tamora going to be part of the series playing the clone characters? And which ones are going to show up? So there's a lot of those questions as well with the Clone Wars connections. And remember all that stuff that happened with Order 66 and everything like that. I mean, that's going to be stuff that's going to be out there for them to discuss or talk about. We've seen it in Bad Batch. So how much of that is going to come into play here as we follow Ahsoka and Sabine as they try to find Ezra? So just a lot. I'm very curious.
I can't wait. I really can't wait. Like, I don't know where exactly it's going to go, but this has been building up since Clone Wars / into Rebels.
Yeah.
So that makes me very excited. Very much looking forward. I'm gonna talk myself out of overhyping myself up for it, because that only leads to disappointment when I start creating my own headcanon where I think I want to see things go. I'm just gonna let the storytellers, take care of this and trust that Filoni, who is executively producing this, is gonna follow that storyline. Oh, and I just want to clarify something. Somebody got mad. I don't remember the exact tweet.
Okay.
I think it was a tweet, and it wasn't at me. I just saw somebody saying it, how they were mad about the how Disney Plus Disney-fied Ahsoka specifically, and how, or maybe they blamed it on Filoni. And I was like, you guys realize that it wasn't Filoni who created this character. He just brought her to life, but it was George Lucas who created Ahsoka, whose name was not Ahsoka. It was Ashla, I think.
Yeah.
Like, he started that. He just didn't get to finish it. So Dave Filoni helped finish it. But Dave Filoni also has been known to work closely with Lucas creatively.
Yeah.
So, like, it's still, like, very much I don't know why people think that Disney created this character, because she existed way before George even sold the franchise.
Yeah, exactly.
So... I'm not saying that you guys said it. I just got like, that triggered me. I was like, look, if you're gonna nitpick at stuff, at least know your facts. At least know that.
Know your facts. Should be the new T-shirt for the John and Wendy Show. Know your facts. It's a great point. Like today, I had we were doing the hot mic earlier today with me and Jeff. Someone said, "Did you know that The Northman is based on The Lion King?" And I was like, "Oh my god,
Huh? Wait.
Yeah." Someone said that, and we were like, no, The Lion King is based on Hamlet, and both of them are based on Hamlet, and Hamlet's not even an original piece. That was based on an old Danish tale that Shakespeare had known about growing up and studying old literature. So, I was just like, oh, man. Oh, these moments.
I'm seeing The Northman on Monday. I'm going to the premieres. I'm very excited.
Oh, enjoy it. It's going to be so much fun.
I can't wait. Visually, I hear it's stunning. This
reminds me
of... Yeah. Oh, yeah?
It was so good. Yeah.
I can't wait. This whole discussion reminds me of the time when somebody got mad about how Lord of the Rings copied Harry Potter. And I'm like, sure about that? Because I'm pretty sure Tolkien existed a really long time ago. It's a very old franchise, very old book. And they were mad. They're like, yeah, well, Dumbledore, Gandalf, that's just a ripoff of Dumbledore. I'm like, it's not too late to hit delete. It's not too late. That comment was years ago. I'm pretty sure by now has since been deleted. But
know your facts.
Hashtag know your facts. That's another emote that we can get.
Oh my god!
For the channel, just in letters.
Yeah, know your facts.
Know your facts. We'll see if Tushka can make one for us. It's just the words.
If you're listening or watching, make it happen. All right, cool. We'll see. I'm sure there'll be more stuff coming out for the Ahsoka series, Wendy, as we get closer and closer to its debut, and we'll get more, and we'll get that trailer at some point down the road. People are going to lose their minds for sure.
Yeah, I am ready. Probably at the end of May.
Ooh, okay, that close, huh?
Star Wars Celebration, yeah.
Wow, yeah,
I'm
good
ready.
points.
I'm ready.
Oh God,
All
can I
right,
survive Celebration CinemaCon without COVID? That's the goal.
Double mask, baby.
Yeah, you're right.
Double mask, and I kid you not, do not touch your face without washing your hands. I'm at Disney a lot these days, and I still see people like exit the stall and don't even stop at the sink, and they just leave. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure you touched the toilet because I'm pretty sure you were right next to my stall and I heard you flush. You know how many hands have been on that flush trigger? Everybody.
Thanks.
Wash your. It's just cleanliness. Just like as a general, the pandemic aside, like that's disgusting without the pandemic. Okay, right. That's gross. No.
Tushko, we want a know your facts emoticon that we can put in here. That's what just happened. So please,
just for to say know your facts
make
in like
happen.
big bold all caps letters. And that's
it. All right, Wendy, where shall we head off to next?
Oh, we're all excited about the Jurassic World Dominion movie coming out, and because we have the legacy characters back in this, and so naturally there is a legacy featurette showcasing our 3 original characters from the first film, talking about their experience, what it was like for them, first day on set in the original Jurassic Park, to the Jurassic World characters or actors, Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, how they felt about seeing Jurassic Park for the first time and what it's like working with these legendary characters and actors. So it just, I wasn't super in love with the last Jurassic World. I was excited for the first one. I thought the first one was like fun.
Yeah.
Right? It was fine. It was fun. The second one kind of gave me the feel of like, what was the one Jurassic Park movie that like they had the dinosaurs in the city?
Yeah, Lost World. Right.
Yeah, it was not. It kind of gave me that vibe where I was like, yeah, I can't. And then especially the end credit, I was like, you've lost me completely. But then they brought me back because the second they showed Sam Neill and Laura Dern talking, I was like, okay, I'm in. Give me a ticket. I am in. So this is exciting because I think it's going to elevate the film to a whole different level.
Yeah. It looks fantastic. I love the featurette, and it wasn't that long. It was under 3 minutes, so you could really enjoy seeing some scenes, seeing some extra footage, getting to see Laura Dern and Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum kind of back together again, getting even more proof that this is going to be an expansive third installment and that they are going to have a lot to do with it. And even seeing BD Wong kind of looking like there's going to be a little bit of a redemption angle here, saying, we need to change what we did, or we need to correct this mistake. So certainly there's a lot that's going to go on here, and I liked what we got to see. And it was great to hear the joy from Laura Dern and Sam Neill and Goldblum about coming back, because I'm sure they all wanted to come back, but they didn't want to come back and have small ass roles. They wanted to come back and have an essential part. Like Rita Moreno said about West Side Story, Stephen, I don't do cameos. I think it was very clear that those 3 did not want to do cameos. So they wanted to have a bigger part of it, and it looks like it. And it's great. And hearing the joy and awe from Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard about having the originals back on the set to do it, a movie that they both grew up on. And it didn't even occur to me that this is what Trevorrow says. This is his way of like Steven Spielberg starting it and Trevorrow honoring that legacy and hopefully closing the book, at least on their trilogy, on his trilogy of it in a respectful way. So I'm excited. As much as I hated the last one, and I hated the last one, I'm excited to see what we're going to get. Is it going to be like Fantastic Beasts, where it's better than the second installment, but still has the problems that the entire franchise does? Or did they really fix this, and this is going to be a fun, great time that maybe doesn't match Jurassic Park, but certainly gives us a feeling like they had a great time. I'm having a great time watching it. This is a fun movie. So that's what I hope so.
Yeah. And Drunken Prayer in the chat says, if Goldblum doesn't take his shirt off, we riot.
What?
In the chat.
He's
gotta hit the classic pose again.
Oh yeah, right.
He's gotta hit it again.
Him and Coy could do it together.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But it does look expansive, doesn't it, Wendy? I mean, you've got the kind of winter areas, you've got the swamp areas, you've got the, like a big outer plain area. So there's a lot here that they're going to explore. So it looks fun. That's for sure.
Yeah, it really does look fun. I hope it doesn't give me the feel of Lost World all over again, because I am seeing dinosaurs in the city among civilization.
True.
But we already, kind of know that going in. So I guess I'm better prepared this time around, and I'm there. I am going to show up for Laura Dern and Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum.
Mumra saying, I want the two kids from the original to pop up in the new movie too. It doesn't sound like that's...
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
It's a surprise thing.
They haven't said that that's going to happen, but so did Garfield and Tobey Maguire. So did Joaquin Phoenix when asked about the Joker. No one's talked to me about it.
Did he deny it? Oh, that's funny.
Oh, yeah, denied all the way up until his first day on the set. Even on the set, he was like, I'm not
here.
I'm not here.
That's not me.
That's a sequel to my movie. I'm not really here. Part 2. I'm not here.
Forget about this super accurate, Joker color scheme accurate suit that I'm wearing. No, I'm not in the Joker.
I'm not the Phoenix you're looking for. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Wendy, what's our next thing? I don't see any Streamlabs or Super Chats. Ladies and gentlemen, send in your Streamlabs, send in your bits or your cheers. We appreciate it as we go along here. What do we got?
All right, let's talk about this news. I know you talked about it a little bit earlier this week with Jeff, but WB Discovery is now, they're going to explore the overhaul of DC Entertainment, because the deal, it's like $43 billion. It's just recently closed, so now they own everything DC related. So it looks like they want to do a whole overhaul of it, movies, TV shows, characters, including finding someone that I don't know if this is the wording they use or just some of the comments I saw, but someone in the leadership role that's similar to a Kevin Feige, which I know WB has tried before, but it was not exactly as, I guess, streamlined as how Marvel, but also like Feige's been at this for, who knows, he was there from the jump, because Marvel had roadmapped the whole thing prior to even the first Iron Man movie. Like I guarantee you they have a Marvel room that is just planning out the next 10 years and we don't even know what's coming. But what do you think of some of the changes that they're thinking they want to make to the DCEU?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's dangerous. They just finally turned the corner here. Peacemaker did well. The Suicide Squad did well. The Joaquin Joker did well. They're ramping up to have this Flash movie with all this multiverse. They're bringing Michael Keaton back. Ben Affleck's coming back. They released the Justice League Zack Snyder cut. There's a lot of positive moment. You got your Aquaman 2 coming. You've got Shazam Fury of the Gods, Black Adam with The Rock. The animated League of Super Pets with The Rock as well, and Kevin Hart. There's a lot of positives for the DC arm of things on the WB side. So to me, I'm finding this report to be a little bit shocking, and I don't understand what the source of the reason for this is. Jeff was convinced that this is Variety going, we got to do something on this. Let's find something salacious to get them to people to click on it. So, but he also said, them saying that they interviewed Emma Watts, I think her name is, the executive there from 20th Century and Paramount, that they wanted to maybe move her into a position to be like a Feige, and she turned them down. It's interesting that they had those meetings, but the article also says that an insider source says he's looking more, Vaslov is looking more for someone who is involved in the business side of things much more than in the creative side of things. So maybe wanting someone who can handle all the finances of all this stuff, be aware of where the cost cutting needs to go and where we can be a little more lenient in the money we spend, because we're going to get that back, because it looks like it's going to be a great end result. Those things that he finally probably wants more than anything else. So Feige is a unicorn. If you go searching for a unicorn, you're never going to find a unicorn. You're just not. The unicorn just shows up. So you cannot try to find it. You will not find it. So there's just it's because Feige is a fan of these comic books first, then he's an executive. That's the difference. And that's very tough to find.
Yes. Yeah. They really, sometimes it's right time, right place, right people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what had happened there. And I don't think anybody thought when we sat down to watch the very first Iron Man that it was going to give us, the MCU that we're gonna get. So I am curious to where they're gonna go. I know some people have been like, oh, like the DCU doesn't really. We don't know if it connects with one another, right? It's like the Snyderverse still a thing, or are they, because they're moving forward with the Aquaman movie and with this Flash movie, which are all kind of these characters originated from the Justice League. Not saying that these characters are new. I know that they have existed in the comics, but these characters, their aesthetic, what they look like in the movies, and the actors are played by was established through Justice League. So are they gonna like overhaul that after it's been established finally, and now we're getting their individual, well, I don't know about the Flash, but we're getting another Aquaman, we're getting Blue Beetle, we're getting Batgirl, which is all very exciting. So Shazam 2. So like I feel like they're slowly moving towards that right direction. It took a while, and that's fine. I've been enjoying a lot of these movies, Wonder Woman. So it's like I don't want them to not have Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman anymore. Yeah. Because she is Wonder Woman to me. So
yeah.
It could be dangerous unless, it's just kind of they're being sometimes when deals close and there's like the new boss, they want to like, we're in charge and these are ideas, and they're just ideas and they're just words being thrown around and they haven't settled on anything. And we're so excited about like what's next about this and how is this going to affect the DCU. We're kind of jumping at the first thing we see. So it could be that, or they could be, accurate, be like, okay, we're getting a whole overall haul on everything, which, wow.
Could be something. Could be something for sure. Wendy, here's our first installment of from let me see, can I bring it up here? Where is it? Yeah, here we go. No, your facts. This is a
oh my gosh.
So these will be available to you all in the next show.
Tushka, you work so fast. Thank you.
Does. Well, on some things he works so fast. Don't
Rocha.
I'm sorry.
Say thank you.
Thank you, Tushka. Thank you, Tushka.
That looks great. All right. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe so you can unlock those emotes to use the next time we do the show.
Absolutely. I do want to give Tushka some love too, because we've been haggling for quite some time over my new logo for the show. So I will give him a little bit of love here. It's not fully finished, but
sneak peek.
A sneak peek of the new overall logo of the Outlaw Nation. It will be coming soon. Right there. There it is. That's our new kind of logo for the Outlaw Nation there. Overall, raw, authentic, unfiltered. The Outlaw Nation, John with the hat in the middle there. So that's what we've been working on for quite some time. And I think it's a fantastic logo.
You got to make a hat out of that.
Oh, yeah. A hat. We're going to do T-shirts, the whole nine. So
that looks cool.
Just giving you a little heads up there of what. And Tushka's been so great and doing the logos for all the shows as they've been changing. Certainly is what you see here, the John and Wendy show. That's the first thing he did for us. And now he's been doing a number of things. And there'll be all kinds of new stuff coming here that Tushka has designed. That's pretty fantastic. So shout out to him. Just, I give and I take away. I give and then I take away, and I give and I bust balls and I love. And that's how I work. That's how I work. Imagine being Tushka. I'm sure he's frustrated with dealing with me.
He's like, forget this guy.
This guy. But we get there. We eventually get there, because I can be very picky, and I can be very like general as opposed to specific, and that can sometimes cause problems for a designer. So thank you for your patience, Tushka. I think we got there though. All right. Wendy, where shall we head on off to next after this we'll see. I mean, maybe Jeff's right. Maybe it's all just smoke and mirrors and not really true. But if they were having meetings with people, I wonder what that's going to lead to. And I wonder what things they're going to, because I mean, Superman is a big thing they need to bring back, Wendy. And
can they convince Henry Cavill to?
Yeah, I think make a decision one way or the other. Either shut it up or not. That's the things we've had. It's been 9 years since Man of Steel.
Yeah,
have a sequel. Like it's insane.
Not been 9 years.
2013. It came out 2013. We have not.
We haven't had a Superman 2.
Yeah, in almost
Man of Steel 2.
That's insane.
That's a crime.
So just say you want him back or you don't want him back, but make a decision so we can all effing move on and deal with the Ezra Miller situation. I think those are two things they have to really jump on and handle in a strong way to kind of show this new leadership, or show the fans that this new leadership is handling business. And a lot of Zack Snyder people want them to bring back that Snyderverse. And I don't anticipate that happening, but you never know. And keeping Toby Emmerich is an interesting decision as well. All right, where shall we go next?
Let's go ahead and head into our next segment called
Yeah.
Tushka,
can you send me one that's about 10 to 12 seconds long? Because we like that song a lot.
just jam to it. Just jam session.
Absolutely. It's a nice break. But yeah, what's trending? Wendy, what do we got and what's trending?
Well, we're skipping K-pop corner this week because I'm trying to get a very fun guest on the show, but she is currently at Bora Vegas, and so I cannot get her in this week because she's doing round 2 of BTS in Vegas, but I will hopefully be able to get her on next week's show to talk about her experience. So instead, Rocha and I are going to jump into some tea. We've been watching The Ultimatum, and I'm very, very mad at John because he's the one that told me about the show. And I'm just like, this sounds such a stupid premise. I don't want to watch it. And he said that I'd be hooked within the first 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. And I go back to our text messages, and within 10 minutes of the first episode, I am ranting, and it's like text. And then I finished the series and the reunion today before the show.
Wow.
Thanks, John.
What a reverse from Love is Blind. Because with Love is Blind, you had to convince me to jump into Love is Blind, and I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
And then I ripped through it before you got a chance to finish the second season, the reunion season. So this one though this one's taken me a little bit longer. I think mostly because I think they're not as interesting of a collection of people as the Love is Blind people. Doesn't mean the drama is any less. So and it's been this, for those you don't know, the premise of the show is essentially these couples have signed up to come to be a part of this show. It's the first season of the show. Vanessa and Nick Lachey are the hosts, just like they are for Love is Blind. And essentially these couples have been together for a little while, like no one over 2 years. They're young. They're mostly in their 20s, mid 20s or early 20s. And they want to get, and one partner strongly wants to marry the other partner, but the other partner is at 100% down. And it isn't it's male or female, but it isn't like, one gender doesn't want to and one gender does. It's a mix. And then you get to meet all them at the beginning, get to know them and what have you. And then I think it's 3 weeks or a week. They get to kind of hang out with each other, get to know each other a little bit. And then they decide who they're going to be with for 3 weeks, because they leave their partner to experiment being with someone else for 3 weeks. And what happens is the show is a couple, I'm not going to ruin how many, some couples decide out of fear that their partner is going to hook up with someone else to immediately propose marriage when they were hesitant about it. And other couples get upset about it, which causes a crap ton of drama. And then they go off and do the experiment and try to live with other people and see what it's all about. It is an absolute shit show of the greatest proportion. Wendy, please, your thoughts. Ultimatum.
All right. Oh, man. So
she's been waiting. Go ahead. Yes.
I wish I did a watch along on this on Twitch because of the amount of times that I'm just talking to myself as I watch this and yelling at the screen, and Dustin's popping his head in every time. And he's like, "You talking to me?" I'm like, "No." This is people.
You better hope I'm not talking to you.
And he's just so curious. He's like, and it makes you so upset.
No.
So the premise sounds messy, and it does get messy. Yeah. And I think Travis Earl 85 says it the best. The who knew seeing my partner date someone else would make me angry. Obviously, what I do enjoy about the show, is that they all seem to have walked away learning something about themselves. Most importantly, in the reunion, without spoiling it for Rocha, so I won't get into like who ends up with who or how that whatever, but they got a chance after the show wrapped to obviously watch the entire season, and they were able to watch how certain heated moments played out on camera. So it takes them out of being inside their head and being inside their emotions and seeing how like I see what my partner was saying when I get like this. Now I see it because the camera doesn't lie about that. Right. So I don't want to say like this show is completely unscripted, because that's why you have producers, because they can pick and push and they can move things a certain way. We see it mostly in The Bachelor. I would like to think that it's a little bit less so for Netflix, but honestly, it's as real as you let it be real, right? But I do believe that all of them, they were real life couples, and they were, in the situation where one of them gave an ultimatum. So I did enjoy that. And for the most part, they gave it a try with this experiment of like a trial marriage with another partner. And here's what I think is that a lot of them, for the reasons that they were saying they wanted to get married, it didn't make sense it made sense to me when I was that age. I had been there. I didn't issue an ultimatum, but I remember being around that age, being very like hot and heavy in a relationship and thinking, this is my ultimate person. Yeah. He is perfect. And I want him to marry me, and I want a ring on my finger, and I want to start a family. Like, I kid you not, emotionally, I have been there. And that relationship it ended because we weren't right for each other. Yeah. We were passionate, but we were butting heads a lot too, like a lot of these couples in the show. And it was because of that relationship I learned more about myself, and I, took time to be single. And it was after that guy I started dating Dustin. And there was never once that I was like, I want to get married. The one thing that I did talk about a lot was moving in together. Yeah, right. Because I definitely believe in moving and living together with your person before you get married, because I've seen too many personal friends who get engaged, move in, or get married and then moved in, and they're like, I can't do it. I was like, this is why you should have moved in, because you're combining spaces, and you're going to fight over the stupidest shit. Oh, yeah. But it's such a big deal to you because this is the way you live, and this is the way they live. And you got to figure it out every day. Dustin and I still figure it out every day. We've been together 12 years about living. And it's like, do you want to pick a fight like this, or do you not want to pick a fight? Like, how do you want to approach it? So my problem with the show is that it seemed so, especially the first 4 episodes, seemed so fake from some of the people. Yeah. Like they were there to be on a show and not to explore their personal feelings or grow. For branding. Yeah. I ended up, except for one cast member on the girls' side, I liked all the girls. I thought they kept it as real as they could, specifically Shanique and specifically Ray and April. Yeah. Those were my top 3 favorites, because they were like, just like, I don't give a fuck. And they just kind of said what they said, but they were also willing to break down and learn. Yeah. And try. We didn't get to spend a lot of time with Lauren, because we know how that happened. Yeah. Right. And I was kind of glad that for Alexis that she got engaged kind of right off. Sorry for spoilers, but kind of like right off the bat. Because if I would have stopped watching the show, it would have been because of her. I said to Rocha on day 1, I was like, I do not like this girl. Yeah, yeah. She's real aggressive, and not in the good way. I like people when they can be upfront and aggressive. And there was a lot of things that she said about Colby when she called him out. I was like, yes, ma'am, that part. Yeah. But some of the other stuff that she would kind of instigate, and I don't know if that's producers in her ear having her say it, because they do that. Or what? Anyways, I'm happy that she got the ring on her finger. She seems, at the time of the engagement, she was happy. I won't spoil the rest of that. But for the guys, I was calling them out. I was like, fake. My least favorite person. Honestly, the least favorite person also left the show. He didn't finish he didn't even start the experiment. Was Nate. That was your worst one, huh? The second I saw him, I was like, fake as fuck. Because the cameras were turned on. Because I don't know what he's like behind camera, but some people want to present themselves in a certain way in front of a camera.
You got to get the cast on the screen.
Let's see if we can get the cast on screen. So Nate right away, and he was so like wishy-washy back and forth when he said, Madeline, I'm gonna pick you. And he goes and like stands up and proposes to Lauren. And they talk about it on the reunion. I'll let you watch that and have your own opinion. But I was just like, I'm glad they didn't waste camera time on you. I could not. The next person that was my least favorite was Colby.
Yeah, Big Cheese Colby. Yeah.
Yeah, he gave me, look, all of them, every single person on the show is hella attractive.
Well, of course, that's how you sell a show.
I guess so.
I mean, that's why season 2 of Love Is Blind was, for me, was more interesting because they were not as attractive as the season 1 cast. No offense to any of them. They were just not as attractive. And I felt that drama was much more real in season 2 than in season 1. So that's what I enjoyed. So I hope when they do Ultimatum season 2, they pick people who aren't necessarily like the hottest people, because I think there's something that gets lost in that. And like you said, people start to brand rather than actually pay attention to what the point of the show is. And I think that's where you could lose the audience for sure.
Yeah. I don't want to, like, I'm not saying pretty people don't exist, because they do, but
of course,
they're attractive, so you want to continue to watch. You're like, well, how are you this pretty? So Colby, right off the bat, I was like, oh, super. He's got like a super symmetrical face. He gave me Tom Cruise on Oprah's couch vibe.
Ooh.
He gave me a little bit of that, the way he spoke about things. Okay, so going to because now we have the photo.
Yeah.
Upper left corner, again, all fucking gorgeous people. Nate is the one up on the very top left corner, and just the second I watched him speak, I'm like, no, you're not here for the right reason. And he definitely was kind of using. It seemed like the way the show was edited. I'll say that with the preface. The way that they edited him, because I honestly can't judge him for, like, I can only judge him for how he was portrayed on the show, but that's up to the producers and the editors, right? So like maybe I'm totally wrong and he's this like really cool human and I'm just bashing on him.
Is this a better pick? This is all of them, right?
The other one's better, honestly.
Okay,
that's the reunion, but the other one's better.
Okay, cool.
So Nate is the one in the light gray blazer with the light blue shirt.
That man looks like a mini Alex Rodriguez, so I didn't trust him from the beginning.
What?
Because A-Rod be cheating on J-Lo, man.
Oh my gosh. So that is Nate, and I was just like, I didn't like him. And then the cowboy hat, that's our Colby.
That's Colby.
That I really was I felt like he was cheesing it up for the camera.
Yeah.
And my thing is that when his partner Madeline, when she had, a conversation with her friends, none of them liked him. And I think that's a big red flag if none of your friends like him and they would rather see you with someone else. And I felt like a lot of the times in their conversations and their arguments, he would gaslight her.
Yeah.
And he started making her think that she had all these problems. I was like, no, sweetheart, you got to leave him, or he needs to figure it out and start taking the blame. And that's what made it so hard to watch him, because I didn't feel like he was genuinely wanting to. I don't know what it was, but he made it all about him when it should have been about her. Some moments should have been about her, and he made it all about him. He turned around and made it all about him.
Yeah.
And that sucked. And then
I thought she was genuine. I didn't think.
Oh, Madeline? Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, she was real. Like I said, I think all the ladies on the shows were. So, I mean, I can't speak for Lauren because we didn't get to see her. Can't speak for Alexis. Didn't get to see her. But we have a couple missing. Where's Shanique? That's okay.
Bring up
that's all right. But yeah. So, Travis says, Kobe, he's my least favorite character.
A character. He's a human being, Cole. It's not even a
They all play characters on the show. So what have been your thoughts on, you're on episode 8. What's been your feelings on that episode?
I think what you said kind of nails it overall. I mean, Nate is just, I found the women much more honest overall than I found the men. And my girlfriend will tell you, sometimes I can be a little more suspicious of the women than men in certain shows, because I think women are just capable of much more intelligence and emotional intelligence, and dudes aren't that emotionally intelligent for the most part. So I always be like, oh, this is a little, and she's like, you're harder on the women. I was like, yeah, because I think they're capable of kind of understanding these situations a little bit better than men are.
Because as kids, we weren't told to hide our emotions, and that crying was not a way of being like, you're not, if you're crying, then you're not tough. And we got to do away with that for both men and women. Like, if you feel a certain way, then feel a certain way.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's the problem.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're at that stage now where I'm looking to see, like, are certain people going to make it to the end? Are going to select each other at the end, or not going to select each other at the end? And so to me, I'm looking at him going, well, which way are they going to go with this? Like, which way, especially two in particular that I was looking at. I wrote it down here in my notes. Let me see if I can find it. Where I put the two that I was worried about whether they were going to make it, or because I thought they were going to pick each other
right
in the end, and I don't know if they pick each other in the end or not. So, with Jake and Zay, Jake and Zay, right? Or Jake and Ray. Sorry, Jake and Ray.
Jake and Ray.
Yeah, that's where I'm like, okay, what's going to happen with those two? Because they seem the most stable of all the people that have selected each other, and so, and they're ironically the most like low key and chill about it.
Yeah.
Kind of like season 2 with Love is Blind with, I can't remember the blonde dude's name and the Asian girl. They were so chill about their relationship. I mean, initially it was a little weird with them, but then by the end they were like, wow, they
worked it out
really cool. And then boom, you hear about the fight and you're like, what? Where did this come from?
Yep.
So to me, I feel that way about these two. I feel like they've got a real shot, and we'll see what happens because I haven't seen the last 2 episodes of the reunion, which I will see this weekend.
Good.
Because my girlfriend said it's her relaxing weekend, so that means I can lay around and watch what I want to watch, which is now
nice
for sure. So yeah. I mean, but in the end, I don't care what you say about the producers. I don't care what you say. Nick and Vanessa have figured out how to kind of make these shows, be a part of these shows, and host these shows to get these couples involved. They're actually good hosts. I'm not the biggest fan of either of those two initially, but watching them host these 3 seasons of shows, I've really enjoyed them. And the producers are really smart. They don't have Nick and Vanessa there every show for multiple minutes. They come in and out at the beginning, and then in the finale, they're really there. But in between, they're only sporadically there. And I think that's essential because it lets the couples really take center stage. And this is not the Vanessa and Nick Lachey show. This is their show. They're just guiding it to the ending, which I think is great. So smart thing overall.
Yeah, wait till you see the reunion. I think the both of them did a really good job hosting and sort of moderating that that reunion because it gets heated.
I bet. Just like
it gets heated.
Just like the season 2 reunion for Love is Blind, which was crazy.
Yes,
that idiot.
So, and also Randall out of the entire cast. I really out of the men, I really liked him a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. And I slowly more and more kind of warmed up to Jake, but it took a while. It took a while. Basically, him and April, to me, from the jump, I was like, you guys are like oil and water.
Yeah, right.
She is like 110% almost all the time, and he's like too chill for her.
Yeah, right.
And like, yes, they loved each other, but it wasn't the vibing. It would have continued like festering if they didn't go through this experiment, so they can learn about more about each other and more about themselves. So I'm glad that they went through this together, and I'll let you see how they fared at the end.
All right. I'm curious. So watch it. It's on Netflix, season 1, The Ultimatum. Pretty incredible. And I've seen a lot of articles. God damn it. I should have done a review of this for sure. Yeah, a lot of articles I've seen for the review and talking about the finale. BuzzFeed covering it. Entertainment Weekly covered it as well. So there's a lot here for The Ultimatum. Should have done a review. Damn it.
It's not too late.
That's true. I mean, if I get it done by the weekend, maybe I can put it up on Sunday for sure. People and Vanity Fair, E! Online, they all covered it. So great stuff there. All right, Wendy, anything else we need to cover or recommendations, right?
Let's do recommendations. Yeah. Let's do some of yours because I see that you have the 2 things that I haven't watched. I'm dying to hear kind of your thoughts.
Oh, sure.
On soon.
2 things coming soon. Of course, The Northman, that comes out next weekend. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I will be seeing that Tuesday night.
Nice.
So I'm very excited to finally be seeing that one. A lot of positive buzz for that one from a number of people who I would think they wouldn't like a film like this have been very positive about this film. So I'm looking forward to that. And certainly The Northman, I cannot tell you all enough how great that film is, in my opinion. What else? There's another thing that's coming out. Oh, HBO. What am I? Oh. I can't talk about it till Monday.
Okay, then let's stay away from it so you don't get in trouble.
I'll say this. The first 4 episodes of Barry. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
That's a nonverbal. They can't ding me for that. That's a nonverbal reaction. So I'm telling you right now, first 4 episodes of Barry.
Okay.
So yeah, and apparently 5 and 6 dropped tonight. So and I'll be doing a non-spoiler review of the first 6 episodes on the channel for Monday morning. So that is, I'm excited to finish the first 6 episodes. It's a 10-episode season, obviously, but yeah, man, that's all I'm going to tell you. Yeah, you got
Fantastic. I can't wait. I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah. And then of course Moon Knight episode 3, we're going to be dropping on the Outlaw Nation channel in about probably 40 minutes. We're going to drop our spoiler review of episode 3 here from the Geek Buddies, so that'll be up there as well. What about you, Wendy? What do you got coming soon? What do you review? What do you recommend? What have you been watching?
Coming soon, I am seeing The Northman on Monday, so I'm very excited because I saw the trailer and it just looks really epic, like a very epic revenge film.
Yeah.
The film aesthetic looks very cinematic, very stacked with the cast. So I'm looking forward to that. And then got The Bad Guys coming up. It's an animated film. Yeah. So I am seeing that next week as well. So I'm looking forward to both of those. So I will be able to talk about them after I've seen them. I'm very excited.
Yeah. I'm unfortunately I have to miss my screening tomorrow because of the other show I host on Saturday morning. So unfortunately, I will be unable to see that screening, but I will find a way to go see that one for sure. Theral_unfiction sent us 23 bits. Thank you, Theral.
Thank you.
The Moon Knight episode 4 is on 420. Possible
it is.
It's like
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Very excited for what's coming. I think with episode 3 landing us in Egypt.
Oh yeah.
I think things are about to go down. I assume that almost everybody who's in the chat have already seen the episode 3. Yeah. So I am really liking it. I think they keep ramping it up. I like the little nod, a little Easter egg of Layla mentioning Madripoor. And so I thought, she was talking about all these artifacts and she's obviously trained. So I wonder, Madripoor, does that mean she worked with Sharon? Does she know Sharon? Did she work for the power broker? She dealt in the arts. Maybe the fighting style is similar to how Sharon would train some of the people that she works with.
Yeah, certainly possible.
Time to rewatch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Maybe we see a Layla in the background. You never know.
Yeah. And the female god who uses Yatzil as her avatar, she is connected to Black Panther. So how is that going to be connected to a Black Panther or Wakanda Forever? And also, the Ennead only had 5 of the 9 gods there. So where are the other 4 gods? A lot of people already speculating that Gore the God Butcher has handled that situation. So are we going to get a situation where it's connected up to Thor, connected up to Black Panther, all kinds of possibilities? And you can't imagine that Khonshu and Mr. Knight moving the sky the way they did is going to escape the attention of Doctor Strange. So a lot.
Ooh, okay.
A lot here to explore for sure. We got some cheers that came through here last minute. Brian Brawler sending us 100, saying showing love, 100 bits. Yes, Moon Knight. So,
yes, Moon Knight.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're excited about that.
What is Moon Knight? Anyway, AZ Badfish says it's officially my weekend and everything everywhere all at once is finally in my town. I'm excited. Oh, yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
AZ Badfish, I can't wait for you to see this film. Like, it is so wild. I've been watching a lot of interviews, cast interviews, cast behind the scene. Andy Lee, who played the Death Dealer in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, obviously is also in this movie. I believe he coordinated a lot of the stunts, but also performed a lot of it himself. And he released some behind-the-scene footage of the set of him doing a lot of the fights with Michelle. And it is just as real as it gets because it's not edited. It's not CGI. They don't have wires. These stunt people, Michelle included, are all super freaking capable. She is like what, 50, right?
She's 60. No, I'm thinking Ming Na. Ming Na Wen is 60. Sorry, man.
No.
Michelle Yeoh. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ming Na Wen is 60.
No.
Yeah. I mean, Michelle Yeoh has to be. She's 59. Michelle Yeoh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, look, she can do. I'm nowhere near her age, and she still is way more physically fit than I have ever been at any point in my life. Anywhere.
Wendy, the consummate actress. Look, I'm nowhere near her age, but yeah, Ming-Na Wen 58, Michelle Yeoh 59. Lord God, that's incredible.
I feel like that's a life goal in itself to try to be as cool as freaking Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, I agree. And she's very cool in the movie. I may sneak off and go see it again because
It's so good. How many times have you seen it?
Twice. And you told me to watch, or you sent me the clip of Ke-Huy Kwan.
Ke-Huy Kwan. Or Jonathan is his like an English name.
Yes. His interview with Jimmy Kimmel, which was oh my God. Like
the reason he gave up acting broke my heart.
Right. How many Asian actors, how many people of color actors have said the same thing? You know, so just really powerful to hear that from him. So so definitely go and support the movie this weekend. You will have a great time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for your cheers, your bits. Got another one.
Oh, we have one more
from Mum Raw. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Says out of the three, what gets the most buzz? Stranger Things and Kenobi, both out on May 25th, and Top Gun 2 on Thursday, May 26th. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. I'm going to be so tired.
I think Kenobi gets the buzz.
I think so too. Kenobi or Stranger Things.
Yeah, those will get the buzz over time.
Very solid fan base.
Yeah.
And
Top
Stranger Things.
The old guys.
Yeah, I feel like Top Gun it has a locked-in audience, but it is a little bit older of an audience, where Stranger Things kind of across the board.
Yeah.
You know, the younger generation, older generation, and Kenobi kind of have a solid, because it's Star Wars fans, so we're going to show up for it. So I think it's going to be those two kind of on the very top, and they do debut on the same day. So like, I don't know, as reactors and content creators, like I'm freaking out about it. I'm like, I don't know. I'm talking with an editor. Like, I think that's when I hire an editor and be like, help, here's some money.
Here's everything.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I'm looking forward to it. I as I announced on Twitter, I'll be going to CinemaCon in about a week and a half. So excited to go and get a chance to see Top Gun Maverick there. So I will let you all know if that's a film that should be getting a lot of the buzz and everything like that. So I hope it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I think it's Kenobi, Stranger Things, and then a Top Gun 2. I think Kenobi had been some other character, then maybe Stranger Things is the winner. Like if it's Boba Fett versus Stranger Things, I think it's Stranger Things. But because Kenobi has been an essential part of both the trilogies, or two of the trilogies, then I think it makes all the sense in the world that people will be more hyped up to see Ewan McGregor come back. Plus having Anakin Skywalker back as well. So, all right, let's get on out of here, Wendy.
Yes.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We love you madly. Thanks for the cheers and the bits, the Streamlabs, everything. You guys are the best, and we love you joining us every week live here on the channel. It's the best. Wendy, another great show with you. Please tell people where they can find you and everything you got going on.
Thank you so much. You can find me on all the socials at just my name, Wendy Lee Zaney. You can find me on YouTube on the Movie Couple channel. We've got I'm binging through some stuff right now, mainly Killing Eve for a specific reason. So look for a announcement coming on my socials sometime soon. When they announce it, I can announce it. So that'll be just like a small thing, but it's going to be fun. And then after all that's done, then I can actually edit my season finale reaction of Cobra Kai, because that's been sitting in edit for weeks.
Right.
This has been sitting there for weeks. So that will be up. And then for reviews, The Northman, The Bad Guys, coming soon after the movie comes out. Or after I see the movie.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cobra Kai is over there like,
hello.
Yeah, they're just waiting on you.
People are like, what? Aren't you going to put out the final episode? It's like, well, we've already watched it. I already know what happens.
All right. As for me, you can follow me at The Rocha Says on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And for those of you watching on YouTube this weekend, you can follow us on Twitch every Friday at 3 p.m. PT. You can follow the Outlaw Nation or subscribe to the Outlaw Nation, which is what I prefer, obviously. They're on Twitch, twitch.tv. And my other podcast, The Top 10, The Cinephiles, and the Geek Buddies are all out there for you to enjoy. Part 2 of Malcolm X is up with our friend Andre Gordon. And as I said, the Moon Knight Episode 3 spoiler review is up as well. Don't forget Strong Style tomorrow at 9 a.m. Our pro wrestling show. And then the Ultimate Showdown After Show with Paige Fabretti, the Boston Badass, stopping by at 3 p.m. PT. All right. You guys are amazing. Love you madly. Y'all take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend and a safe weekend. And we'll see you next week live for another brand new episode of the John and Wendy Show. Peace.
Bye.